Welcome back to a new video, guys. Today we're gonna be installing a remote starter from Accessorides. Guys, winter is upon us and I'm tired of starting my car in winter in the mornings, going to start the car, then going back inside the house and then waiting for it to warm up. So I decided to install one of these. It should be a fairly quick and easy installation. They give you detailed instructions of what you gotta do, along with the module and the wiring. There is no splicing needed, so you don't have to cut wires and do any electrical work necessary. They provide you with the trim tool, some zip ties, and some information on the box letting you know that this was assembled by a veteran, which is pretty cool. They give you a number to call if you run into some problems. It should be an easy installation, guys. The first thing we're gonna do is disconnect the battery. You're gonna need a 10mm wrench or socket ratchet like this. Disconnect the negative cable off your battery, because you're going to be removing the airbag plug or working around the airbag, for what I've seen and read on the instructions. So it clearly says in the instructions to disconnect the negative. So that's step one. Do not forget. Then you go inside the car. You're going to be working. You're gonna be removing the trim, this trim. You're gonna be removing the glove box. You're gonna be removing this one and this one and this one. This is gonna be the first one. The same thing on the other side, on the driver's side. So let's get this started. This one, I'm gonna use the pry tool, pry it out. Should be pretty easy. Same thing with this one and that one. All you gotta do is pull them and remove them. Pretty easy. Over here, as you can see, I already got it separated. Just gotta stick the trim tool and pry it. And then work it out of there. Pretty easy. Once you get it out, this is the way it looks. Once you pop it out, it's gonna get hung up on the back clips. These guys right here, this one and that one. Just gotta work it out of there and it comes right out. Now we're gonna be working on, we're gonna go ahead and remove this one and this one. Stick the trim tool and I go, wow, that fell right off. That was pretty easy. I don't even have to do anything. I don't know, maybe yours might be on there a little harder on you, but yours might be tougher to get out. Mine came out right, you saw it, it just fell off. Okay, now we're gonna take the next one out. So yeah, this one has that and this holding it. Goes right in there and right in there. You just pull on it and take it out. It's easy. Okay, the next step is gonna be removing, if I'm not mistaken, I think I gotta remove this one and this one. And I gotta see if there's some screws underneath somewhere. Yep, so it clearly says that I have to remove those two screws right there, according to the picture, and there's gonna be other screws inside that I have to remove, like this one and that one. Let's go ahead and remove that first. Okay guys, with the tool, just start prying. Over here I did it with my hand at first, and then with the tool started prying like this and removing. This is the airbag. I might have to use my hand instead of the tool. Let me try that. All right guys, so I had to go back to the instructions, and it says it has a hidden screw. Doesn't say it's hidden, but you only see it once you remove this piece, which is attached to this piece. Then you're able to see it, and it's right there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one, and this thing should fall right out. All right, there's the screw that was over there. So yeah, so there's a bottom tray. You gotta remove that first, and then you work on this one. That once you remove the bottom one, it will expose the one that's over there, and then you're able to see it. It doesn't say that in the instructions, at least I don't think. It just show you where the bolts are, but it doesn't tell you anything about that bottom tray, that bottom one. But anyway, no big deal. That's why you got this video. So 3 bolts when we get to this part, and this is held in place the way it is. It's not hanging. It's not putting any pressure on the cables. Nothing crazy. You can go ahead and grab something, put it underneath if you want, so it's not pulling on it. I don't think nothing's gonna happen. It's not being pulled too hard. All right, let's move on to the next step, which is you got 5 screws. That's number 2, 5 screws. It's gonna be 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top. 1, 2, and then those 3 right there. All right, let's do this. Okay, I got all 5 bolts, screws removed. Those little screws right there. There's one still stuck right here, and it's already coming undone. Okay, I also empty the glove box, put everything on top over here, so it's easier. All right, fellas, once you got the glove box out, you're gonna have some wires that are gonna be stuck that you have to unplug. But this one right here, this bracket right here, has that white clip. You have to squeeze on the bottom and pry on the top to get it out. I'm gonna use a needle nose plier to do that. Or maybe I'm gonna use this guy, and I'm gonna squeeze the sides. You squeeze the sides and you pop it out. And then the other ones you unplug. I'll show you. There you go, guys. It's out. You gotta squeeze the sides. Once it's in, you squeeze the sides, but you put pressure on the top while you have the tool in the bottom working it. And you start moving one side and then the other one, it comes right out. The other 2 are just squeeze and pull. Same thing with this one, squeeze and pull. They come right out, easy. Okay, once you come to this part and you got the glove box out and you got all this mess, you're gonna locate that module right there on the side. And as you can see, it has 1, 2, and 3 plugs connected to it. According to the instructions, we're gonna work on the bottom plug and the top plug. We're not gonna touch the middle plug. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab the module, and we are going to use not the wrapped up one. That one's gonna go to the driver's side. We're gonna use this guy right here. We're gonna be removing the bottom plug and the top plug, like it says there. And we're gonna be inserting one of these into the module and the other one to the plug that we remove. Same thing with the other one. Now you can't mess this up. They're designed so that you can't fit the wrong plug in, okay? So it's pretty simple. But I'm gonna show you how it's done. We're gonna go ahead and remove the top one. It's gonna be a squeeze and pull type, like the ones that we just removed, the little ones. I squeeze and work it out, and it comes right out. Same thing with the bottom. Squeeze right there, and pull. What I do, I work it up and down, and it releases. All right, just like the instructions said. Let's work on the top one and the bottom one. We're gonna find a plug that connects here out of these. a plug that matches that looks the same. Okay, once we find a plug that matches, so this is the top one. So that means that this one is right there. This one now is gonna go on the top side with the clip facing like this. Just like we removed that black connector. Put it in there, don't force it, make sure everything falls right in place. And then click it. All right, that one's in all the way. It doesn't necessarily click, but you can tug on it and it's not going anywhere. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the bottom one. We're gonna go ahead and connect it. Connect this one to this one, and then connect this one into the module. All right, guys, there you have it. It's installed on this side. Got the top one, got the bottom one in, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work with this one, the one that's wrapped up. We're gonna go ahead and squeeze it right through there, bring it to the other side. But first, we're gonna go ahead and remove the covers on the other side. Okay, same thing here on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and get behind there. It comes right out. And then this one comes right out. That exposes the hole that we're gonna be putting the wire through. Now we're gonna come here, we're gonna remove the side one. Same thing as the other side. Easy. Now I gotta kind of work it out of there. All right, now that that's removed, I'll place it up here so it's out of the way. Now we're gonna work on this core. There's some screws. I gotta look at the instructions again. But we gotta remove that. All right, guys, it doesn't really tell you in the instructions how to remove this part. It just tells you to do it. Remove the driver's side on the dash panel to access the BCM shown, which is on the left of the steering column above the fuse box. So we're gonna go ahead and remove it. I already removed one screw. I'm looking, and there's one screw there. One screw there. I just removed it, and there's another one down there somewhere. Yep, down there, right there in that hole. And then we're gonna see what it does. All right, I also started prying on here, and I'm gonna pry on the other side. That give us, yep, that releases that trim. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, guys, so what's holding this together now, or holding it up, is the plugs. And hood release cable. That's the cable right there, right here, and these are the plugs. I guess you can remove the plugs and maybe it'll drop more, maybe it won't. Let me see if I can. We're trying to have access to that module right there, right? That one right there. So let's look at the instructions, see what it says, which plug it has. So it shows you the module, and it shows you that you got 1, 2, 3 on this side, on the right side of the module. There's more on the other side, on the left side. So on the right side, it's showing you that you're gonna work on the black middle one. Mine is not black. And it doesn't have that top module right there. I mean, that top plug. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this one. That's the one we're gonna be working with. But first I gotta get the wire through here. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. All right, guys, so what I use is a 3/8 extension sticking out the other side, and I taped the harness to the end of the extension. Now you probably can get away with it with using a hanger. A hanger will work just fine. And maybe you don't even need none of that. Maybe you just stick it in there, and with a long needle nose, you can grab it from here. But I'm gonna try this method. I'm just gonna pull it in, nice and easy. It should work. At this point, I gotta twist a little bit. See what happened. All right, I'm gonna use both hands for this. All right, I am working it in on this side because it's a tight squeeze. I'll make sure nothing's getting hung up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull on this side. And then I'm gonna need both hands because I gotta work this side and then work the other side. All right, guys, I got it all the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the tape. All right, fellas, so I routed it through back here. And it's in there. There it is. It's gonna have to be back there, so I'm gonna have to go through here and bring it out here and work on that plug now. All right, fellas, I unplug these two plugs from here, this one and this one, to give me just a little bit more room. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go right from underneath here, and I am going to have access to that plug right there. Hopefully you can see this. I'm gonna, with this tool, I'm gonna go ahead and pry on the clip, and with my other hand I'm gonna pull on the plug through this hole on the top, and hopefully that releases it. And that worked, guys. I used both hands and it worked. See how it's coming out. Doesn't take much. And it's out. There's the plug. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect these. Make the connection of splicing it. Well, not splicing it, but you know what I mean. But I'm gonna need both hands, it's tight. All right, so I routed these back here and took it out of the hole right there. Now I'm able to grab this one and work out here and plug it in to the harness with both hands. I'll be able to do it. And I'm gonna grab this one and put it onto the module. All right, so that one is in, clicked in place. Now this one goes to the module. I'm gonna work that in. Get it into position and then plug it in. And it's in, guys. I went all the way in. It clicked already. So we know it's all the way in. All right, now we can go ahead and plug everything in and put the covers back on. All right, I put this back on. Make sure that you're lining up all the tabs, all the clips where they go, so you don't break anything. And then just start pushing it all back in place. And then put the two screws in the bottom. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this one on. And put the ones over here on. Should be good to go. Make sure the wire's not gonna be rubbing on anything. See this right here, kind of like, it's a little concerning to me, but I guess I could have squeezed it in there, but I don't think the plugs would have fit right through there. But anyways, should be fine. It's not like it's gonna be pushing on it too hard. But stuff like that you gotta look for, so you don't end up having any problems. But anyway, I'm gonna put the covers back on and I'll go on the other side. And we also have to go to the next step, is programming. It also comes with the hood switch. I don't need that. That's something that not all the cars are gonna need. You can check your car when you got the hood open, or it should give you a warning in the dash on the cluster. If it doesn't give you a warning, you might want to add that to the installation, but I don't need it. I'm good. All right, these are installed. And this one, tip for you, you might want to remove or pull this one to the side. This little trim right here, it goes all the way down and connects to this one. You might want to just pop it out and push it over to the side while you squeeze this one in place, nice and easy. Push it back in place and then put the trim back in. And make sure the seal is in the right place. Easy, no problem. But yeah, that one gets in the way for the installation of this part. Just push it to the side, pull it, and out. All right, guys, before assembling this side, I was reading the instructions and it says we have to do the programming, which is pretty easy, but I need to see the module. I need to see the light on the module. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the battery, come back inside. Well, put the battery on, connect the battery, close the hood, because you need the hood to be shut, and then follow the instructions. I think you gotta shut the doors too, and then follow the instructions, okay? All right, battery's connected. Now we're gonna go inside and follow the instructions. All right, fellas, battery's connected, the hood is shut. Now we're gonna follow the instructions. I can see the red light, it's on the module. And it says here, without touching the brake, press and push the start button twice to turn the ignition on. The LED on the module will flash green quickly. So no brake. 1, 2. It's blinking quickly. Press the button once more to turn the ignition off. And the module is blinking still. Then twice more to turn it back on. The module is orange, solid. Orange, flash. Will flash orange quickly and then turn to a solid orange. Yep. Press the button again. One more to turn off the ignition off. And the module is blinking orange and green. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Blinking orange and green. Close all doors, hood, tailgates. Press the lock button on the OEM remote. Lock button. Okay. The module's still flashing. Wait 2 seconds and then press the unlock. Unlock button on the OEM remote. The light on the module will turn solid green and go out. So it must have turned solid green and went out. But I was reading, I didn't notice. So now it says you have successfully completed the module programming. And how to turn it on is by, in the blue it says close all doors, hood, and lock the door. Wait 30 seconds. No. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock it. Wait 30 seconds. And then hit the OEM fob lock button 3 times so that the vehicle will start. You don't have to press on the brakes or anything. Remember, you're supposed to be outside the car. This is like I'm outside. So waiting 30 seconds. I don't know how long it's been, but all right, guys, I think it's been 30 seconds. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. car started right up. No problem. So it worked, guys. It's that easy. It's that simple. Now, if I wanted to, let's say I'm coming in the car. Sorry, guys, the alarm went off and I stopped recording. So the alarm went off because I was inside the car. The car was running according to what the car knows. Nobody was supposed to be inside the car. And when you open it from the inside out, it doesn't like that. So we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna show you how to, if I'm home, I'm inside the house or I'm outside the car. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna start up, right? And if I wanted to shut it, remember I'm outside the house, I'm outside the car. I decided I'm not gonna go nowhere. 1, 2, 3, and it shuts off and it stays locked. So you don't have to come down, come outside and shut the car off, okay? Now remember it's locked, so I gotta unlock it to get out of the car so the alarm doesn't go off. Let's try from the outside and show you how it worked. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna show you how the takeover works. So the car's warmed up now, and I'm gonna come. It unlocks for me. I'm able to go inside the car, no problem. All right, here's the key. Shut the door, and I'm able to go ahead, step on the brake, and put it in gear. And it doesn't shut. It doesn't go crazy. It likes that. That's what the takeover is all about. So you're able to come into your car and start driving. Because normally these cars or other remote starter, once you open the door, I think it shuts the car off. It just shuts it off for security purposes. This one allows you to take over as long as you got the key. But anyway, guys, it's that simple. Like I said, easy installation, very simple. You don't have to cut wires or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together, nice and easy. Hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't like it, leave any comment. It doesn't matter. Like it, share it. Subscribe to my channel. It's free. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every one of you for watching my content. Thank you again and have a blessed day.